Welcome to the podcast. PKP podcast in the air starts right now. Check it. Boom. Hold on! Tonight we're back at the good old PKPHQ. Got some prop bins over here. Got some friends over here. Check them. We got two special guests tonight. Two nights. Two, not one, but two.
I don't call it one night. It's two night. Boom.
Troy Potter, aka Troy to the Max Extreme from Off Topic Podcast, and Dave Tucker, aka Dave Tucker, Ghost Hunter Dave.
What do your friends call you, Dave?
Ooh, I'm sorry. I thought you had a loose hair was attached to you. What?
It's already lost its interest.
Justin Adams right here, the Justin from Murder Party. The Justin. Murder Party, check it out.
I dubbed him Thrustin' Dustin a little earlier.
And we reminded you it's Justin, not Dustin.
Oh, yeah. Did I say Dustin?
Yeah.
I meant Justin.
Yeah.
There's too many Austins.
I know.
Damn.
Two of them. Tonight.
Podcast tonight. Big stuff happening this summer. The theme of this in the air is summer blockbusters. Movies.
Very good.
Summer blockbusters.
I'm into it.
So, Troy, you want to start us out? What have you seen already, or you're hoping to see, or you liked so far about this summer blockbuster movies? Not blockbuster, the place, the movie.
Ah.
Don't point at me for that. Time in my life is over.
So far, I've seen Superman, Man of Steel, which had mixed reviews. What else have I seen, Dave?
Star Trek 2.
Oh yeah, I saw Star Trek 2.
Iron Man 3.
And Iron Man 3. I think those are the only ones
did I.
I've seen. Pacific Rim comes out
Now.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see that.
No, podcast time, Dave.
Huh.
But I'll probably see it sometime this weekend, maybe next week. What's the only thing left? Like a couple things.
Well, we have the Wolverine.
I said Blockbusters, Dave.
Kick-Ass 2.
Oh yeah.
World's not a blockbuster, but I'm excited for World's End, the last of the the Simon Pegg, Nick Frost trilogy.
Is World War Z coming out this year?
It's already out.
Is it already out?
Yeah.
That's how big it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pretty big deal. A lot of
It's
discount
actually not
on it.
bad.
Did you see
Is
it?
it not?
Yeah, it's okay.
I've kind of heard
It's
that.
better than I thought it was going to be based on the trailers. So
I think everyone that read the book immediately hated it because it wasn't exactly like the book. But then when they saw it, they were like, "Oh, it's not that bad. It's not the book, but it's entertaining." And I haven't read the book or seen the movie, so it's all hearsay.
Yeah. I heard it went to a bunch of reshoots, and usually when something goes into a bunch of reshoots, it means it's already sucking.
Like Wolverine.
Like Wolverine, yeah. So
I feel like it's gonna always come back to Wolverine on this podcast.
yeah. But so far, Paul, probably.
What's your favorite?
I think I liked Star Trek 2 the best out of all of them that I've seen so far.
Any particular reason?
I feel like my anticipation was really high for Iron Man 3, and I still like the movie, but I don't know. There's a few things with it that I didn't, didn't agree with.
Mandarin thing?
Yeah, I wanted
Really?
to see that. I didn't want it to follow like the Spider-Man 3 route and have like too many villains in it. So I'm glad they got rid of one. But I kind of wanted to see it go towards the Mandarin because
Yeah. I can see that.
yeah.
Like, I don't know, has anyone seen the movie Identity? John Cusack is in it. All these, it's like 10 people
Oh yeah.
are mysteriously, they come together at this hotel and they start getting killed off one by one.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna spoil it for you. It's like 12 years old, so the spoiler warning really shouldn't have to take effect anymore.
John Cusack fans who haven't seen it,
Yeah,
bag off.
all three of you.
I'm more of a Joan Cusack fan.
Alright, wash your mouth out. But in that movie, all these people are killed off and they're one by one, and it's like getting really bizarre, and you're like, man, what the hell is going on? Like, how are they going to wrap this up? And then the spoiler is it's all split personality. There's one guy and all of it's in his head. And it's like, oh, it's kind of a good twist, but I was kind of into it, and I really wanted to know like how it would have actually wrapped up. And that I could see kind of like that with Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought like the payoff, the big reveal of him not being a big supervillain was better. Like I got more enjoyment out of that than just kind of like a by the numbers. Like, oh, he actually is the bad guy.
Yeah, I did think it was funny. It took. I was taken back at it at first. Because, have you seen the Sherlock show, the BBC Sherlock show?
No, I want to.
When Moriarty's
That's a really good series.
Yeah.
when Moriarty's introduced and like Sherlock catches up with him, it's almost the same thing. He's like, I'm just an actor.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's like,
He really is.
psych. I really am Moriarty. Psych.
Pie in the face.
Stupid
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes, you idiot.
Oh.
Yeah. But, yeah. Sorry to spoil Sherlock for anyone who hasn't
Yeah.
seen it yet either.
Sorry about
Just
that.
me. Take that out of my
So
instant
yeah,
queue.
Star Trek 2 is my... I did really like all three of those that I've seen, though. But
Star Trek was the best.
for me, it was. I liked it. It didn't have to, like, restart or, like, do an origin again. It just could start
Yeah.
where the last one left off. And it felt like it didn't... It's left off right where the other one ended, which was still made, like, 5 years ago or something like that. 4 years ago, so they didn't skip a beat. So that was pretty cool, too.
I liked Star Trek. I saw it in the theater by myself, which is kind of sad. I've never done it before, but I guess Joel does it all the time. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right. I took the day off work.
He
And
wants to see a movie, he
it's
wants
like,
to see a movie.
Yeah, and as it turns out, like the thing that I take away from this summer the most is I really enjoy seeing movies by myself. So I'm gonna go see Pacific Rim tomorrow at noon by myself. But I liked Star Trek too. I wasn't blown away by it. Like I liked the first one more.
Mm-hmm.
I think Iron Man 3 was probably my favorite of the summer, just because I thought a big improvement on Iron Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
First Iron Man, very great. This one, I'd say, very close to it. Entertainment-wise, maybe a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the origin story and everything. They did a good job with that. And I thought it was, like, hilarious. I thought it was funnier.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was
funny.
funnier than, like, every comedy I've seen in the last couple of years.
Mhm.
And it wasn't, like, a comedy. It was just really funny. Especially Robert Downey Jr.'s interaction with the kid.
Mhm.
That he's just kind of a total asshole, too, in the whole
Yep.
movie. You
Yep.
keep thinking he's going to, like, be redeeming and say something nice to him, but he never does. No, I thought that was good. And Man of Steel, I enjoyed, but I didn't love. Really wanted to love it, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be the consensus. Unless Troy, unless you were like all about Man of Steel, or
I was in the majority that liked Man of Steel, and I liked it a lot. But there's a few things in it that I don't know, just kind of fell flat. Like at the very end of all the action scenes, they have that scene where he's like talking by his dad's grave, and it's like, nothing happened. I'm just gonna go be good. See ya.
yeah. I think my problem with Man of Steel was, like, the trailers for it were amazing. Whoever
Mhm.
cut the trailers together, like, earned their paycheck, because they made it look really, really powerful. Like,
Yeah.
I had a better experience watching the trailer than I did the movie.
Yeah.
And all of Jor-El's speeches about his son, like, is a god to the people, and you'll lead them into the light, and they'll come behind you, and they'll stumble, but they'll join you, and it's like, oh, that's really powerful stuff. That's good writing. And then in the movie, like, he just rattled it off, like, just, oh yeah, and this, and they're gonna like you, and you're gonna save the world, and it just, like, it didn't have any impact.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt about the Evil Dead remake, too. It's like they had a checklist of this cool stuff they had to say or do, and they didn't give, like, they didn't let it sink in. They just, like, went through it as fast as possible. Which is cool, because they did a lot of cool stuff, but they just didn't give it any time to sink in.
You know that line where they'll stumble and fall and then whatever? Mark Waid wrote that, and it's in Superman Birthright.
Oh, really?
And, like, when Mark Waid went to go see the movie, he got on, like, Twitter afterwards and just, like...
ripped it.
He was like... Fuck, and, like,
well, I'm assuming the check is in the mail.
He's like, in more or less words, he's like, fuck this movie. But,
really? No, that was a good, it was a good speech there.
Yeah.
In the trailer.
And apparently he does, like, because I went on to read more about that stuff, and then he went on to explain how DC Comics works, and when Paul Levitz was the editor-in-chief, if anything anybody wrote or drew in the comics made it to, like, animation or a movie or something more than the comic book that's already been established, he would cut them a check for, like, congratulations on that idea, it's made it to the mainstream or whatever, but now he's not editor-in-chief anymore, and so those things don't happen anymore. Like, people don't get, like, bonus checks for, like, congratulations, you've added to the Superman mythos, whatever.
I'm sure Alan Moore is heartbroken on that. He's probably out of kindling.
I'm surprised Alan Moore knows what's going on in the world at all. But anyway, so yeah, he didn't get anything for that speech in Superman.
It sucks.
Did you see Superman?
I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
That's alright.
Good back and forth. One of the things, like, immediately I was kind of underwhelmed, and we saw a midnight showing, and it was late, and I was kind of, it went on, like, the action went on so long, and it wasn't, like, when they were fist fighting, it was cool, but when he was just flying around trying to stop the big machine, and the army was, like, shooting at him, and just, it was all CGI, I just kind of zoned out a little bit. So that kind of lost me. But I did like all the fighting with Zod. Thought that was cool.
Just checking for that
And
text.
are you still even filming, Paul?
Yeah. Go on.
Alright. I did have something I was going to say, and it slipped my mind.
You ruined everything, Paul.
Yeah.
Want to say right now, if you notice this pizza right here, pizza box, on the last episode of the podcast, we had a 6-pack and a pound. Thanks to Andy Rang, who started that. This episode, I bring a large pep and some free breadsticks, courtesy of Casey's gas station, local gas station / eatery in our location.
Yep. Go to Casey's General Store, ask for the Marcus Special, you'll get these.
Well, Marcus Special is 2 large peps.
And they'll get a bullet in the face.
Oh yeah, 2 large peps,
2 large
sorry.
That's pepperoni pizzas for you commoners. But there's a new thing that we got going on. Whenever somebody swears, it's I think we're gonna put this in effect. We're gonna blender it out. It's not only do you see a blender on somebody's face. Like, Troy, you can swear right now.
Oh.
That word that was just blendered out. Sorry. It's brought to you courtesy by podcast. The podcast crew.
You need a teleplot? Oh.
You just got blendered like twice.
Oh, I got blended. I remember what I was going to say about Superman.
Oh!
One of the things that, like, pissed off the internet, and, like, I was, half and half on it. I liked it and didn't like parts of it. But immediately, like, the people that hated it because of the amount of collateral damage that happened to Metropolis, and because Superman killed Zod. Like, those were the 2 things they brought up, and they're like, Superman wouldn't let all that happen. He should be saving people. He wouldn't just be smashing up buildings and fighting, and he wouldn't kill Zod. Superman doesn't kill. And like those people made me like it a lot more. I'm like, come come on, grow up, man. Like, really? Like, it's supposed to be a realistic movie. He's not gonna just magically be able to save every single person there. Like, it's supposed to have some weight to it. Like, it's his first time as Superman, and it just shows like this big devastation. Like, he saved people, but if that giant machine is in the city, some people are probably gonna die. He didn't kill them. Like, they're all saying like, Superman killed all these people.
No, he didn't. He just couldn't get to all of them.
You just let him die.
Yeah. No, I didn't. That didn't bother me. Like, I like the collateral damage because it's probably realistic. Of like if all these super powered people and this freaking earth crunching machine.
It was a lot. It seemed like a lot more devastating than Avengers, the alien attack. Pretty much the same type of thing, but it seemed like way more powerful and destructive. But yeah, I've heard like that's the main gripe. Like people that hate the movie, it's because like Superman doesn't kill and he would save all these people. Like that's the two arguments that I keep hearing.
Yeah,
it's retarded. Just like when the last Batman movie came out and everyone hated it because they're like, oh, Batman wouldn't retire because his girlfriend died. It's like, well, he didn't, you know. That wasn't why he retired. But like, it's its own movie. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul, your favorite movie this summer?
You know, I know it's a tough call. I missed the first like 5-10 minutes of Star Trek. I really liked Star Trek, but there are a few things that I thought was lacking in it. I saw Man of Steel. It was a good one. I think I'm just gonna hold off until I see Pacific Rim or something else because Iron Man 3 was good. It had its good points and then it had some low parts in it for me. I don't know, I haven't really found a big one for me yet. There's a lot of really good ones like Star Trek and Man of Steel was alright. And I don't know, I have to wait.
I feel like the last couple summers I've been really excited for movies and like none of them have really blown me away. I really wanted Superman to blow me away.
Yeah.
And I think maybe because I went into it with too high expectations.
I think everyone wanted Superman to blow him away.
Like people were already like, best movie. I haven't seen it yet, but it's going to be the movie of the summer.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I like Star Trek so much because I don't care about Star Trek.
Yeah.
And so it could be whatever. And then it ended up being pretty good and I'm like,
it's good.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, I didn't expect anything. Whereas Superman, I wanted it to be up here. Yeah. And it was like, meh.
Remember the summer that Watchmen and Inglourious Bastards came out? Like that was the greatest summer.
You couldn't even walk around without a heart on.
You couldn't. It's over.
Justin, what was your favorite of the summer?
I don't know.
So far, or are you still waiting to call it?
Yeah, I really want to see Pacific Rim. I saw Lone Ranger today.
Oh, how was that?
It was not terrible.
That's what I've heard.
It's 2.5 hours long. It doesn't need to be that long at all.
Like the Pirates movies.
Yeah,
they could have
cut a lot out.
Is it made by the same people?
Yeah, like exactly the same people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He also did The Ring, which I love. It's one of my favorite horror movies. Gore Verbinski is the director. Did The Ring, and then he got caught up in the Pirates saga, and now the Lone Ranger saga, but luckily I don't think it made any money, so he's probably not going to be attached to that for a while.
Probably.
And Johnny Depp somehow offended the entire Native American community. No, I think he offended everyone that wasn't a Native American, actually, because, like, you hear all this outcry about, like, oh, they couldn't find, like, a full Indian actor to play Tonto. It's just like, that would be great. Do you have one in mind? Who's the Indian actor that's going to play Tonto?
Well, I was kind of upset because I was like, when I first saw, like, oh, they're making a Lone Ranger movie, that's kind of cool. Like, he's kind of like a pulpy Western hero that I kind of want to see. And then I saw Johnny Depp and that stupid face paint and the bird on his head. And I'm like, really? They couldn't find one Native American person, one Indian guy they couldn't get into the...
You have one in mind?
Well, no! But there's like, isn't there like a guy in like CSI or something that's like Indian? I don't know.
Well, it could be like that. It could be the CSI guy and they would have a budget of like $10 million, or it could be Johnny Depp and they'd have like $200 million. So...
I guess.
The CSI guy probably would have been the wise choice there, because then they would have lost $20 million or $200 million. But yeah, my parents saw it and they loved it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They really like the Pirates movies too, but you know, they're entertaining for a little while. Not bad, well made, just kind of long.
I don't think I even understood what was going on after the second one. In fact, I don't even think I saw anything after the third one.
I haven't seen the fourth one
either.
either.
Somebody made me go see the third one, and I'm like, I don't even know what's going on in this.
Too much swashbuckling.
Yeah, too much swashbuckling action for me.
Yeah.
I tuned out.
I liked the second one I liked all the creatures in the second one. I thought those were all cool, like the Kraken and like the Hammerhead guy and all the sea monsters. Those were good.
Face was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Davy Jones.
Was it David Jones?
He was.
Oh, okay.
He has a locker.
Probably then.
Do you guys want to go see Wolverine together? Maybe not opening night, but like at the theater. Because my expectations are already so low that I feel like we could just talk to the whole movie and like throw popcorn at it.
No one would care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably be talked into that.
Like a matinee showing or something?
I've seen all the X-Men movies in the theater, and sadly I've seen the other Wolverine in the theater, so might as well keep it going. That's a good one to use your free mind frame passes. Actually.
Yep.
I don't want to pay for it, but I'll see it. It'll save me the trouble of renting it for
We
$1.
could go to Mindframe and we can drink during it.
Yeah, there you
It
go.
might be good.
Beer buckets of Mind Frame.
What'd you say?
Beer buckets of Mind Frame. You can get Blue
What's
Moons.
that?
Oh, sorry. You can get Blue Moons, Angry Orchard, Stella. They have a lot of beer there. $15 for like 7 beers. I don't know however many fits in a bucket.
5 beers.
Check them out.
You're raising everyone's expectations. They're just gonna be disappointed.
Good
It's gonna be
beer.
Superman all over again.
Good beer, good popcorn. They got pizza. Check them out. Mind Frame. Going digital.
You know what movie I saw a little while ago that I really, really liked?
What?
Cloud Atlas.
I never seen that movie before.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Was it?
And it came like out of nowhere. Like I'd heard about it, like I knew it was out there, and I heard some people loved it and some people hated it.
Yeah.
And like most movies like that, it immediately made me want to see it, because most of the time if someone hates it, then it's either really good or maybe it is awful. Like Battlefield Earth or something. But
What'd you like about it?
it was so unique. For one, like the fact that the cast is like 10 people, and they play everyone in the movie, and they each play like 6 characters.
Really?
So Tom Hanks plays like 6 different people in the movie, and it's 6 different storylines all taking place at once, and they cut it together so well that it basically tells one story, but it tells it over the course of like 6 different time periods. And it's like goes back to like slave times, and it goes to like a post-apocalyptic time period, and there's like a Neo Tokyo type of time and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's all about like reincarnation and people kind of like falling in love and needing each other and helping people and doing good. And yeah, like the storyline, they're, like I said, it's like 6 different sequences, and it's hard to explain too, but like you're never in one sequence for more than 2 minutes maybe. It just keeps cutting back and forth between them all.
Right.
But like in one of them, someone will go into a door, and then in the next sequence they'll bridge it by having someone walk out of a door and continue on their story, but they cut it together so well that it kind of tells like one long story there. It's 6 stories, but essentially like the way it's edited together, it's pretty much like watching one long story.
Right.
So that like the main really awesome thing about it is how well it's edited. It's just amazing. I can't imagine how long it took to piece the movie together and have all the beats line up like that. And then like just the fact that all the actors played so many different characters was really cool too. I know they got some flack for having like people, like Americans and British people, look Asian in it.
Really?
Because like people just love to like, they didn't do it to offend anybody, but they just like immediately everyone gets all up in arms. But like, you know, the same characters play everybody, so they play them throughout all kinds of different races, genders, and everything. And they just do like an awesome job. Like Tom Hanks is great in it. Hugo Weaving is good. He's like a villain through every single segment. Hugh Grant is too. And Halle Berry is like one of the good people through it. And there's certain characters that like through the reincarnation in each time period they might be becoming good or they might be becoming bad, or some of them are bad no matter what and some of them are good no matter what. It's just a cool movie. It's definitely unique and original, and there isn't enough like that. And I think that's why a lot of people didn't like it.
Nice.
But it was good. Definitely worth checking out. It's long, but it didn't really feel long. It's like 3 hours, but it went by pretty quick.
Cloud Atlas got Dave Tucker's seal of approval. Boom.
Get an
Win.
infograph.
Check it out. Netflix.
It's not on Netflix.
Redbox. Right?
Yep.
Is it?
Or your local video renting store, if they still exist.
Local mom and pop.
I just saw John Carter.
Oh yeah, John Carter. Yeah.
It was I almost wanted to bring it up when we were talking about the Lone Ranger because it was also made by Disney and
Yeah.
it also flopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But John Carter, I thought was actually pretty good. Like I'm not surprised a lot of people didn't go see it because it was I don't know. It's like a
Like an
weird
original
yeah.
thing that no one's heard of, not a sequel or
Yeah.
a remake.
Yeah, and it looked bizarre from the trailers. It looked like an action movie,
Yeah.
and I went to see it, and it's pretty funny. And I like the guy who plays the main character and everything, and it's pretty. I think it's a pretty cool story.
Did you see it?
Paul,
I wanted to see it. Not yet.
everyone wanted to see it. That's the problem it had. It's
I-
like, oh yeah, I'll see that later, and then
I'll see
it
it.
lost like $200 million.
Yeah, I didn't really ever want to see it.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty good. It was a good one.
Was it like little kiddish or was it a little more adult?
It was a PG-13 movie.
PG-13.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does the guy that played Gambit in Wolverine play the main character? Yeah.
And he's better in this than he was in Gambit. He doesn't climb a building with pegs.
Or helicopter off.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. He does. There's a cool scene where he does actually get to Mars, and like Mars's gravity is just a little bit less than Earth's, and so he tries to walk, and he's like, "Whoa!" And he like is like kind of defying gravity because he's so strong, like compared to what he is on Earth, and so that's why everyone looks at him like, "Oh, oh." That's what they do. Verbatim.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's a CGI creation.
No, actually. Well, yes.
All right.
The aliens are CGI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jim Henson, no longer in business. Kind of gotta move on.
Yep.
You watch it, Justin? You see it?
I did.
What'd you think?
It was okay. I feel like I say that for every movie.
It's okay.
Mm.
What was the last movie you saw that was better than okay? What's something that
Great.
stuck into your mind?
None of the movies ever.
Star Trek, I suppose.
The new one?
The new one?
Yeah.
Oh, we already talked about that.
Yeah.
What else you got? It doesn't have to be like brand new or anything.
Trying to think of recent movies that were better than okay.
You know what movie I just saw that was okay?
Tell me, Dave.
It wasn't good, but it was completely not what I was expecting. Spring Breakers.
Really?
You heard of it?
Yeah, I have heard of it.
And it's got like the Disney Channel cast.
Mhm.
It has
Is the four chicks and
and James Franco.
James
Yeah.
Franco?
It has Vanessa Hudgenson and Selena Gomez,
Yeah.
and they're all like a bunch of just awful college age kids that go down to wherever they go for spring break. I don't know, like California or Florida or something, and they get arrested. And James Franco is this like wannabe gangster, hustler, rapper,
Uh-huh.
and he bails them out and like starts having them like sling drugs and everything. And they like it is so bizarre. It's like the director makes these weird movies, and I didn't know that it was like a weird movie. I figured out before I rented it. I didn't rent it thinking
sure.
it was like what the cover makes it look like. But I can only imagine how many people went into that like, oh, Selena Gomez is in a movie. And it just opens with like the movie opens with this long like slow-mo shot of just people like showing tits and just doing all kinds of spring break activities, snorting coke, drinking, having sex. Like the whole movie is very, very adult and graphic and just disgusting.
I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
it.
Franco is great in it. It's just this vile, nasty,
Good.
dreadlocked gangster.
gangster wannabe.
Yeah. Yeah. He has a scene where he's in his like Malibu pad and he just like, look at all my he's like, I got fucking nunchucks, I got machine guns, look at this. It just goes on and on and on. And he's like, look at all my It's pretty funny.
Just one.
I've actually I've grown to like James Franco. At first I was on the fence, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of respect him for just being like an oddball. Like he's definitely not a typical like Hollywood leading man. He just does his own weird shit. And
Yeah. So far, my favorite thing he's ever been in is Pineapple Express.
Oh,
And
he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can only hope he has more roles like that. I mean, he was good in 127 Hours, but
Oh, no, that was good. I like that a lot.
I
That's
think I like
probably my
him.
favorite.
I like him better in Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
Alright.
127
I
hours
did
is
see-
good.
This is the end.
Oh, is that good?
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that one.
I've heard good things on that too, and I had
Yeah.
no interest in seeing that, but I might have to check it out.
Was it better than you thought it was going to be, Justin?
Yes.
Very good.
Question answered. Moving on.
You guys have been doing videos for a while. Tell the camera, tell the viewers at home a story of a time that you really enjoyed. Like the first time you two worked together on a project. What was the first video you guys worked on ever?
Flame Bro. No,
Back
ABC.
before that. Yeah.
Journey to the Center of the ABC is the first time we ever worked together, actually.
What's the story of this? I've seen it. The audience has not.
You
What's
seen it?
What's the backstory of it?
Well, we went to separate high schools, but during some portion of the day, we would get together at this joint, like, center where, like, extracurricular activities were taught, and we took a graphic design class. And I think we talked a little bit before.
Yeah, we didn't talk a whole lot.
No. But, you're like, hey, I want to make a movie, and it's pretty much, you're going to be the leader of this expedition team, and we're going to just find the center of the ABC, and,
Yeah, it was originally going to be like a cheesy black and white movie,
Mhm.
like with like the cue card dialogue and everything, and immediately I was like, well, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to make it, because everything I do ends up being like 3 times the length of what it was originally going to be. So it was going to be something really simple and easy, and then it became this longer thing that I made Carl edit and do all the special effects for. But yeah, it was just a stupid thing where we kind of got everyone in all the classes to kind of pop into it and filmed it, and it was probably like the most legitimate type of movie that ever came out of the ABC.
Probably.
It wasn't good by any means, but it was kind of funny, and we had like a big dinosaur that we made out of paper and CGI'd it.
yeah, superimposed it in so it looked like it was
Uh,
attacking us.
Yep. So we did that, and the reason I picked Troy was because there's 4 characters, 4 adventurers, and I just kind of based him off the Fantastic Four. I was like, oh, Troy, he's Mr. Fantastic, he'll be the leader, and I was going to be like the Johnny Storm character, and my friend Jason, who was just a big lug. He was like the thing. And Chelsea, your fiance, was just this really cheery, blonde girl that, you know, seemed really peppy and full of energy. I was like, oh, she's like Sue Storm. And I was like, oh, well, they need to be together. So I just kind of wrote that you liked her in it.
Yeah.
And then look what blossomed.
Yeah, turns out I'm getting married to her now.
In real life.
Yeah, in real
Exactly.
life. This is real life right now.
Yep.
Mhm.
See or be fooled.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's how it started. And then we made that little movie at the ABC, and you're like, hey, I'm going to make this movie Flame Broiled, and I had a little death scene in that. I think I was on set for like one other filming day, but I might have just shown up at the end. That was the first time I met Flea Hardy, actually.
Yeah.
Was when we did that, and I thought he was weird.
Yep.
But,
Yeah, you lived in Chicago then, right?
mhm.
So you came out just for like the hell of it for the day
Mhm.
and filmed that one scene.
Yep.
Because Flame Broiled was like our first attempt at making like a I would say legitimate, but like for us a legitimate movie. It was like a full story script. It was like an hour 40 minutes. Had like more people than we've ever had in a movie.
Mhm.
Tried to film it like really well and all the whole 9 yards, 10
Mhm.
yards. I don't know how many yards. Not a big sports guy. But we did that, and I was like, "Oh, Troy, you should be in it because we did this movie, so you should pop in and do a cameo." And we filmed that, and the whole story of Flame Broiled, it was like the Burger King mascot from the old commercials, a really creepy king. He was a serial killer in it, So he went around killing people, and hilarity ensued. All
Yep.
of that. But that again was going to be like a 15-minute short, and it ended up being an hour and 40-minute movie.
Yeah.
They got
Oh.
very serious as it went on.
Yeah.
There were some funny parts, but it actually was kind of serious. And then after that, I got burnt out of doing like a really serious thing. So me and Flea Hardy decided we'd do like the internet shorts, Incoherent Mess,
Incoherent Mess, check them out.
which I believe PKP has just acquired.
We got the rights to actually put it on our website.
Is a check in the mail on that too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Checks in the mail to the creators.
Yeah. So like just for something completely different, like a palate cleanser, we're like, hey, we should just do this short thing where we'll, write a quick script, film it, edit it that night, and have the whole thing done, over the course of a couple hours. So we made like 12 of those, and it was another thing where it's like, oh, who could be in it? Like, oh, Troy, come on down and do an episode. And that blossomed into the whole Troy Potter franchise too, that kind of stemmed off of that.
There you go.
And that, I don't know, I feel like that was kind of like the what became the Troy Potter persona for a little while. Just this really crazy, almost terrifying individual.
It was like, because I wasn't really that different from what I was at the ABC in the movie, because I was like, look! Up there on the mountain!
Yeah.
Which is a line from Journey to the Center of the ABC.
Check it out. Netflix.
Netflix exclusive. But it was just more amped up and crazy. And then as the more movies, and I would come back for like a couple days, like, hey Dave, I'm back. You want to be in a movie? Like, yeah, sure. So make just sequels to the Troy Potter movies. And
There you go. Then we did Troy Potter Forever and Ever Judgment Day 2009.
yep.
Was that when it was?
2009, yeah. That was the year.
Was it really?
That was the summer of 2009.
Holy, really?
Yeah.
That was when I
That sounds
graduated high
right.
school.
This one I...
That wasn't when you graduated high school, you idiot.
Oh no, it's college. I'm 21.
It was either that or 2000... No, it had to be 2009.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. High school, what the f? Yeah. And, like all things, like then that became like the most ambitious thing we ever did.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty ambitious, especially the one that like we never
Never finished.
never finished, because we did, I think, more pre-production work for that than
Anything.
even like a Murder Party or anything else like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
There was another one past Judgment Day that we, just for reference, you're seeing footage of it right now. We filmed a few stuff, but we never went the whole nine with it, as
Yeah.
Dave calls. Whole 9 yards.
9 yards. Bruce
Yeah.
Willis movie.
Yep.
Good movie.
Not really.
It's alright. It's decent.
but yeah,
Justin, was it okay?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, but yeah. So
That's where you made the bionic arm.
yeah, I made the bionic arm for that, which is
We reused it, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad it didn't go to waste.
Exactly. We'll put it in something.
Mm. How many scenes did we film for the one that we never did? Like,
I want to say like a third of it, maybe.
yeah, as I
Quite a
remember,
bit.
we filmed at your apartment where I beat up some goons going down a hallway. We did a scene where
We
I'd
did Dave's intro scene, beginning.
oh yeah,
We did it where you like appear outside my apartment and I run
Mhm.
away from you and we
Mhm.
get into the scuffle.
uh-huh.
And we filmed at Clark a little bit with Neil.
Oh yeah, we did the
We
Neil
kind of
Corp
snuck
stuff.
into there. And Joel was hilarious in it.
Yeah.
He was really funny.
Uh-huh.
And then we went to the John Deere parking lot and you got on the roof of the car and we drove around.
Yeah.
You like tried to break into the car as it was moving, and Neil drove over like this huge ditch and just like completely fucked his car up.
Mm-hmm.
We were all in it and just like driving along, and then just like boom! It like sounded like the tires just exploded off.
That was
Yeah.
fun. Shooting that though.
I'd be interested in seeing like what we filmed. Just
I
kinda,
still
like,
have
pieced
never
together.
seen anything.
We
I haven't really
actually
seen much
we
either.
actually started cutting it together, but then my computer crashed, and we lost the entire project file for it. But I still have all of the original footage of it.
Was that why we never finished it?
That's why we never finished it, because the computer crashed, and then like the whole thing started about cutting room floor.
No, cutting room floor was recent.
That
Like,
was
there was
the
like
next idea.
a year and a half between those.
Well, I could see like if the computer crashed and then we were like, and then we kind of just lost
We just
steam.
kinda-
Yeah, we didn't do it a whole lot
Lost
for a while,
momentum.
did we? Or we did
Yeah.
like the Ghost Hunter Dave
We
shit.
did do Ghost Hunter Dave's.
I think it was kind of like with Flame Broiled, like we got burnt out of this big elaborate project because you just got done editing that long ass at the end of Troy Potter Forever.
Oh yeah.
And you were kind of like you didn't want to do any more of that, and then you were doing your Man vs. Kind of Wild,
movie.
which had more special effects
Yeah.
than Star Wars, and then that fell
the
through.
movie that never happened.
So like we had all these big projects that had all this prep work, and they were like Ghost Hunter Dave,
Yeah.
and then you did your On Patrol and a couple other things, and then like by that time we were like, okay, let's do like a big movie again.
Mm-hmm.
Which at the point, like right now, I think we're all completely burned out of making something big and elaborate. So maybe in like 3 more years we'll jump back on something like that.
When the kids are in high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep.
So what's the funnest thing that we filmed? Do you think? We filmed a lot, I guess, but. And you were even there for some of the cutting room floor stuff. Like at the end, you played the soldier that shoots Neil.
Mhm.
Not like a big Troy Potter role, but I guess like your favorite thing to film that you were starring in. So they're all kind of about the same, but
I kind of liked Troy Potter Judgment Day
yeah, that's good.
because it was goofy. Like we just went out at my mom and dad's place and just like shot guns around the yard and just pretended to like beat each other up. I thought that was really fun. I don't know how fun for you it was, Paul. Like putting all those squib shots in there and everything, but
Well, me, Ryan, and Paul played every guard in it.
yeah,
Oh, I remember, man, that was hot.
yeah.
You and Neil were just like in your normal clothes. Neil was in a Jesus beard. But like the rest of us were constantly like putting soldier garb on. Were you there?
Nope.
Oh, you weren't?
Matt was a guard.
Matt was, yeah. Like for the reshoots, we went back and did a reshoot.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
one case where the reshoots helped.
Yep.
But yeah, like we were full on military gear, and I remember like taking it off, and we were just drenched in sweat.
Mhm.
Probably lost like 6 pounds just filming that day. Sunburnt, beat to death. I had bruises all over my back. My fodder.
Good shoot. Good shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I like that one.
Paul, what's your favorite shoot?
What's my favorite? I really liked, believe it or not, I really liked the night that we filmed Murder Party.
Yeah.
The main
Oh,
night.
yeah, that was
It was
pretty
my
fun.
favorite night. It was almost a 12-hour shoot. It was.
That was a long one.
We had a huge cast. We had a whole set list of stuff to do. Whole shot list. It was intense.
It was essentially the entire movie.
Yeah, and we got it done. We
Yeah.
did it.
That was
Boom.
amazing. And even the fight scene at the end was the last thing we filmed, and it was like a good fight scene for the most part. It wasn't like something so epic, but it was epic enough, and
You know?
like most of the people were gone, and we're like, okay, it's just us. Let's do this
Let's
quick.
knock this out.
Yeah. And you let out that scream, and you could hear like the people working below us the whole time. And I remember you did that, and I was like, thank God we're almost done. Someone's gonna come up or call the cops. Like I think we have enough to finish the movie, because that probably just ended it for us.
Yeah, I was actually surprised Neil was still able to film because he filmed his stuff in the beginning, and then like we filmed a ton of stuff in the middle, and he was just kind of sitting on the sidelines just waiting to come back in, and it was like 3 in the morning, and they're like, "All right, Neil, wake up!
Yeah, I think
Time
he
to
just
do a
won't
fight
sleep."
scene."
Yeah.
And he's like,
That's the hardest part about something like that, where you want to get the entire thing done in one night,
Mhm.
because not everyone is in every scene all the time.
Mhm.
So you feel awful when you pull apart like 3 of the main characters and everyone else just has to sit there and wait. And I, for Murder Party 2, which we're planning on shooting, I've tried to cut that down as much as possible and try to just have the people that are in the scene.
Mhm.
But that's the worst feeling, because you can tell like they don't want to really be there, and
Yeah.
they're just like kind of getting burnt out. But you have to film what you have to film. But yeah, like everyone was a really good sport on that. Nicole came out and hung around for quite a while. Chelsea, Courtney left halfway through. He got sick of it. But yeah, a lot of Neil especially was there for the entire thing, and like the full hot, heavy character, makeup and everything. And yeah, just kind of popped in here and there until the end.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a fun one.
Actually, another fun day, or the memorable day of filming, was actually the Man vs. Kinda Wild movie. The one day I was on set, and it was starting to rain,
Oh my
and we had that one line, and then the lightning struck and the thunder hit, and we were all like, holy
We filmed the entire thing at Adam's farm,
Yeah.
and it was like our fucking tornado was like on its way there.
Yeah.
And me and you were like in the field, like just this big open field, and like lightning was striking just one after another, and it wasn't like heat lightning; it was like bolts of lightning just cracking down. And like if you ever finish the movie or anyone ever sees the footage, like the entire time we're like getting closer and closer to the ground, and just like that every once in a while.
It's
I
in the
thought we were
trailer.
gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
There is a shot where you guys run and you go into a ditch, and all of a sudden this huge bolt of lightning just goes off the top of you.
Yeah.
It's in the trailer for like 3 seconds, like a second,
Yeah.
but it's there.
I hope we didn't ruin the shot, because like
No,
the
it was
lightning
good.
and thunder struck, and we're both like, Paul, did you see that?
I think I was just complaining the whole time. I want to go see Toy Story 3.
Yeah. It's actually in the movie that
Yeah.
you guys say you're gonna go see Toy Story 3. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Good times.
Is that ever going to see any light of day, Paul?
It might in the future one day.
Even for a limited release.
A very limited release at Mindframe.
Is
probably.
everything filmed?
Everything's actually no. There's one shot that hasn't been filmed yet that's in the script. It's Troy Potter in a spacecraft shuttle.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Now
Just green screen it.
we can
Use
hey,
one of the
we're
green
just gonna green
screens.
screen it right now. I passed over with the green screen.
Yeah.
But
I remember you talking about that. You were saying like, I think I know someone that can get us like into a cockpit of an actual plane.
yeah, we were
And I was just
actually
like, why
making
don't we
plans
just fake it, Paul?
to get into like an actual like plane, like a Cessna, whatever the hell they call it. Well, it was happening, and then the deal fell through, and then the Mason people got in contact with me, and they were like, "Yeah, you can't use any of our
Issued
footage."
cease and desist
Yeah.
order.
It gave me a cease and desist, and we just kind of stopped filming, stopped editing it. I mean, it was edited, but it was just never.
It's too bad, 'cause that was-
special effects.
No.
Yeah, the Masonic Temple is a really cool place to
It was
film.
amazing place.
And since we've been there, like I've always wanted to film in there again. Everything
Mhm.
that I write, I'm like, man, if only we could get into there. Like Murder Party, I wanted to film in there.
Right.
It would have been a cool place to have that movie set. The warehouse was perfect, but like we didn't know we had the warehouse when I wrote it. We were just like, well, we're gonna get someplace, and that was always kind of what I pictured.
Mm-hmm. It's good times.
Damn
Good
Masons.
Yeah.
Justin Curry. Boom.
Rest in peace.
He's in Korea now, so might be so. But anyways, moving on because this is dragging on a little bit.
Just cut the whole first half.
We got
The summer blockbuster thing didn't go anywhere.
PKP news right now. We got new episode on Patrol. I'm working on it right now. It might be coming out after this airs, hopefully. As you can see right here, we got some new posters. Got Ghost Hunter Dave. You're seeing a close-up of this right now. On Patrol. And everyone's favorite, Man vs. Kinda Wild. We're actually going to do a live signing for our 100th like on our Facebook page. Back in the day, before we had 100 likes, we sent out a promotional thing where we said whoever gets 100 likes gets the signed poster. Well, as it turns out, the person who actually liked the page might have no idea what all these shows are. So I just decided to give her all 3 current posters, which are going to be signed as I speak. I'm going to go get them.
What?
Skippity-boop.
Right here. So, Troy, if you want to start signing them,
Oh, sure. Give me that pizza
just sign it anywhere. Aaron
Sign it right
Smith.
there.
That's her last name, right? Smith?
Sure, I don't
Aaron
remember.
in Dubuque, female. Congratulations, 100th like.
She's
For
probably not
signing
gonna
your
watch
thing
this.
right now.
No, she's not watching.
Maybe she will, maybe she won't. Never know.
She won't.
Probably not. Leave a comment if you are.
Leave a comment, Aaron, if you are, or like it, or subscribe, or both. All three, maybe.
The cap doesn't stick on the end of this.
Yeah, you don't want to put the cap.
What am I gonna do?
You have to hold one in one hand and sign with the other. I signed on the
It's not
cameraman.
you. That's Paul.
Me,
Paul.
cameraman, Ghost Hunter Dave.
I should have signed it on my face.
Yeah,
But I didn't.
This is the Troy Plotter and Ghost Hunter Dave, Eugene, is actually taken when he is screaming. I'm going to sign it on Ryan's breast here. Justin?
Justin! Thrustin' Justin.
Used to go by Dustin.
Till
So-
Dustin got wind of it.
Crop Dustin.
Crop Dustin.
Crop Dustin, check him out. Boom. Photo right now. Okay, anyways. So we got a few, we'll do On Patrol. Just me and you can do On Patrol, because Ryan's not here. Ryan Fleahardy was supposed to be here tonight, but he's too busy having a baby or something.
Shoot.
I don't know.
Damn.
We're not ink. Oh shit. Got an ink blot on it. It's okay, it's live.
It's just I just do it.
Work with it.
Fine.
I wanted to take some time here to talk about PKP news. We got the Murder Party series coming out. New episode dropped today. How did you get yours to work?
I held it straight.
You know, those two members just kind of want over at it. You guys know?
Or you can do this when you're not filming,
Nope. Live filming, Dave.
but it's not gonna be live.
Live signing.
Colonel
We're not live right now.
Live via satellite.
Ustream, check us out.
PKP News, what?
Yep. Coming at you live. Anyways, so we got Murder Party coming out, On Patrol coming out, Urban Zerbex. I know I said it was on the website last episode, but it's not.
Paul likes to
Um,
lie.
I like
There was something you could do about that.
Can't.
I like to lie about you guys.
He
You
can't
Uh,
upload.
guys were in it, yeah. Episode the movie that hasn't come out yet. Sign
It's
it.
never gonna come out.
JJ is not here. JJ Beck is actually in La Crosse, Wisconsin, so Bear Grylls can't sign this.
So none of the actual stars of these
Yeah.
movies.
Oh, I'm in it, but
Like I said, actual stars.
we have a few more shows coming out.
He's on there twice.
I'm actually
Oh, three.
times.
What are you doing?
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Is that Snake Grills?
Give me that.
Man, that's
Colonel
a bad
Urban
pen.
and Snake
I'm gonna
Grills.
sign it right over in JJ.
Colonel.
So we got. I want to announce a new show. Actually, I haven't told anybody about this yet, except for Ryan Fleahardy.
Let me just.
Posters are now signed.
It's on my foot. I don't want that.
Where's the cap?
I put it, gently placed it behind Paul's ear.
Put the cap. Oh, right here.
For.
Put that meat hook away. Anyways, I want to announce this right now. We got a new show coming out. On top of the new shows that we've filmed and haven't actually aired yet, a third show called Means the Word.
Oh yeah.
That's all you're gonna hear about it. Means the Word.
I have
That's
to make
it.
a poster for that one too.
Yes,
So I have to make 5 posters.
5 posters. I just actually thought about it. Yeah. Means the Word. It's gonna be mysterious. It's gonna be artsy. It's gonna happen. Check it out. Well, no. Wait. You have to wait until we film it. Anyways,
Don't check it out.
that's I don't know. Do you guys? We have we have been trying to film Murder Party 2. Murder Party, the series is really Murder Party 1 plus Murder Party 2, but we are going to start filming Murder Party 2 soon, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some complications, there's been some delays, many delays. As you saw on the website, David Duca, friend of the show, Nemesis, whatever you want to call him,
Friend of the internet.
friend of the internet, he,
Fiend of the internet.
Fiend, he is in production on making his own.
Don't spoil it.
Well, the photo was already on the internet. The gorilla suit, cyber gorilla.
I've seen the gorilla suit in person.
Really? How is
Yeah.
it impressive or?
Actually, the eye prosthetic that he made was actually pretty cool.
I've
the gorilla
never
suit.
seen it before.
The chest piece he made.
There's a chest piece.
There is a chest piece.
Wow. Put
That's
work
so
in
cool.
this.
It needs work.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, but yeah, he went to Goodwill and just bought a bunch of random electronics and like got this like red marble, some binoculars, and it's just like it's kind of like in cartoons where you see the guy and his back turned and you always see a spark shooting out the side, and he like turns up and he's like, "This is what it is," and I'm like, "Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. That looks like a cool cybernetic eye."
Nice.
Yeah, but the gorilla suit is going to be hot. It was in my apartment when it was pretty cool still, and he was sweating balls.
Nice.
So we can only hope to film in August where it's like 100 degrees out.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Hopefully. But yeah, we got a lot of shows coming out, a lot of new shows coming out that haven't aired yet. A lot of exciting stuff coming down the pipes to the PKP Nation. That's right, we have a nation now. I think that's about it. Do you have anything else, Justin? You guys have anything? Or?
I checked out like 10 minutes ago.
Anyways, viral video of the month is not a viral video, but a viral meme. It's kind of a under-the-radar hit. It's Carl Sagan. You're seeing it right now. I'm not going to explain anymore. And that was it. Our version is right now. And that was it. Hope you liked it. We'll get internet soon. And I think that's it. Leave a comment if you dare. If it's not Troy or Justin. our 50 views on YouTube of what you thought the best summer blockbuster was. Please do this. Like and subscribe too. Anyways, I'd like to thank Troy and Dave for showing up as a special guest tonight in the podcast. Clink, wink, wet.
Clink.
Oh, squirt.
Boom. And, yeah. Get out of here. Wait.
Get out of
If you
here.
have any questions or comments, right here. 3, 2, 1, and gone.
Now
And
leave the room.
Get out of here. Just go.
Get out of here.
Get outta here.
Get out of here.